According to the National Reading Panel, vocabulary is one of the 5 pillars of reading. Having the ability to understand words is crucial to understanding text. Research has shown that in order to comprehend text, students should understand 95% of the vocabulary. That means, even if your student can smoothly decode words in a text, he or she may not fully comprehend what is being read. Vocabulary is not only important to understanding written text or spoken conversation, it is also essential to writing and speaking. Students need a rich collection of diverse words to choose from when writing their own works and talking with others. Vocabulary comes in 2 different forms, oral and print. Print comes in many forms: words, pictures, symbols. Receptive print vocabulary are those words students recognize and understand in print. Productive print vocabulary consists of words the students can produce in their own written work. Oral vocabulary also comes in 2 forms. Oral vocabulary consists of spoken words. Receptive oral vocabulary are words that are heard and understood, and productive oral vocabulary are those words that can be spoken in conversation. Often we only teach receptive print vocabulary, and in doing so ignore the other 3 forms. As a teacher, we must provide activities that allow students to speak unfamiliar words in conversation, hear them during read aloud, and choose them in their writing in order to fully develop vocabulary. When we talk about a student knowing a word, this knowledge goes beyond the ability to correctly match a word with its meaning on a weekly test. These words must be known at a level that allows them to use them in their spoken conversation and written work. According to Dale, we have 4 different levels to describe how well we really know a word. In order for students to truly know a word at level 4, we must go beyond looking up words in the dictionary and using flashcards. It is important to provide 2 types of vocabulary instruction: intentional vocabulary teaching and fostering word consciousness. Word selection. As a teacher, you will select specific vocabulary words to teach your students, and you will develop rich and robust activities so that they will know these words at all 4 levels in their print and oral language reception and production. You may apply Beck and McCowan's 3-tier system for selecting these words for your intentional vocabulary instruction for English-only students. Selection of words for ELL students depends on the criteria created by Calderon. This takes into consideration cognates, concreteness, depth of meaning, and utility. Instruction. Once you select these words, you will need to design and implement rich and robust instruction. Vocabulary needs to be applied to real literature and provide student-friendly definitions and activities. Students should look for connections among words and make the words part of their vocabulary. This can be done through graphic organizers and word sorts. Word learning strategies. At the same time, you will be teaching your students to independently learn new words using dictionaries, analyzing words according to their morphemic structure, and looking for semantic and syntactical clues while reading. Word consciousness. You want your students to develop word consciousness, an awareness, and an interest in words. This means students approach new words with interest and curiosity and appreciate wordplay. Students are immersed in a world of words. Research suggests students learn most of their vocabulary through daily life and exposure. That is why it is important that we foster and nurture their word consciousness. We also want our students to possess adept diction in their writing and speech. If they have a broad vocabulary and a depth of word knowledge, they will be able to select precise terms and figurative language while both speaking and writing. This can develop through wordplay, encouraging students to seek out vocabulary outside the classroom, and studying the origins of words. Students coming into kindergarten with greater vocabulary continue to show greater gains in vocabulary than students who come into kindergarten with fewer words. In other words, the rich get richer and the poor get poorer. This is especially true in high poverty environments. For this reason, it is essential to concentrate on vocabulary in your classroom.